Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna Morfides and I am the founder of Mending Hearts Counseling. And I am here to share with you today about an exciting opportunity that I had with my girl Gia over from LSI. It's a Facebook page and the acronym for LSI stands for Love, Sex, and Intelligence. And they have been around for couple of decades now almost. I remember actually when I used to work for Style Spies, when I still lived in Miami, Florida, I did an article about them. They had just started and then they just, boom, they expanded. Now they have over 2 million followers, which is like amazing. So congrats to my queen, Gia, for doing this beautiful page where people can share and talk about love and sex and all those beautiful things that as humans we innately work towards because it's part of our needs as we become adults. Companion and relationships and connection are, they're a vital part of our being. They are actually part of our needs, much like food and water. We can't survive without connection. We cannot survive without our needs being met by someone that is reflecting back to us who we are. I guess I'm jumping a little bit ahead of myself here. When I say reflecting back to us who we are, I'm actually talking about soulmates. One of the questions that I did for the live Q&A was, what are soulmates? And if we look at the definition of a soulmate, if we look at the definition of a soul means the intellectual and emotional part, the intellectual and emotional, energetic part of ourselves. I don't know why that was so hard to say. Again, the definition of a soul is the intellectual and emotional, energetic part of ourselves. So a soulmate is a person that mates with us, right? That will be attracted to the soul energy that we are, that wants to be one with us, like they're mating with us, coming together. So a coming together of an energetic, how would you even explain that? Aura? Yeah, the energetic aura that someone has, the soul, it just gets attracted to ours and then boom, like chemistry happens. So we know about pheromones. We know that pheromones is the tangible chemicals that we produce from our bodies that are attracted by a certain few people. Same with our soul, like the energetic part of us, it attracts a certain amount of people. It doesn't attract everyone. But the beautiful thing is that it's always changeable. I know we get stuck on the idea that, oh my God, this person is my soulmate. They cannot be anyone else. And I know because I have felt this as well. I thought that only one person can be our soulmate, but that is not true. That is not true. In my previous video, I was talking about how over the winter break, I took a couple of weeks off and I did not make any videos. I worked with a few clients just here and there, and I really just took some time to myself. And the old me would have been so hard on myself and would have just kept saying, oh, but you should be making videos. You should be working. You should be doing more. You're not doing enough. Da, 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 da. Even that pure thought not being with me today, or when it comes, like I'm quick to push it away, that will put me in a different, what would you call that? It will put me in a different caliber when it comes to finding a soulmate. Even just that one shift of perspective. The old me would have found someone that would reflect back that state of being. But the new me, where I believe that I am worth in taking a break, that I believe that I am worth slowing down for a little bit, and I believe not in the shoulds anymore, will reflect a different type of soulmate. I will now reflect someone that thinks kind of like on the same level as I am. And I have found that every time I have changed internally, the person's energy that I am with also changes with me. So this is what happens in relationships, and this is why soulmates can vary, or sometimes they do remain in just one person. It's not because there's only one soulmate, it's because they're rising with you, they're changing with you, so they're meeting you where you are. And while you change, your person will either naturally fall away or they will rise to meet you at your energetic space that you are at. And that's the beautiful thing about soulmates, is that they can remain constant or they can change. And if you are with somebody and now you are not, just remember that you are not being rejected. You're actually repelling that which is not serving you anymore. So if you're not strong enough to walk away from a relationship and they walk away from you, just remember that the universe is actually helping you out in that moment, because it's showing you that something different is available for you. And if the other person doesn't leave, then the other person cannot come in, like the new vision of what you want to experience. It cannot come in. So again, if you feel like you're being rejected, just remember that you are not. You're actually just repelling that person in that moment, because something else is meant to come in that is greater. Not that that person was not great. It's just a different experience. And when I mean greater, reflecting where you are today. I do not want to lessen any experience, because I think everyone adds so much value into our lives. Unless, of course, there's physical and emotional abuse, then I don't know what the value of that really is, other than knowing that that is not okay, and we need to be strong for our future generations and show them that if this is happening in our relationships, that we need to be strong enough to walk away from it, because we're worth so much more than that. So going back to the original question that I did on my live is, what is a soulmate? A soulmate really is a reflection of your energetic self in a given moment of time by somebody else. And have the knowing that if you are in a relationship where you are not feeling fulfilled, you find yourself feeling lonely, you find yourself feeling frustrated, you find yourself feeling confused, you find yourself yearning, then it means that your needs are not being met and something has to shift. So we're not born knowing our needs, we're born with needs, but we don't really know what they are. The beautiful thing is, if you work with any therapist, they will be able to guide you to what your needs are. And then you can work towards achieving them, and you can talk to your current partner and communicate what it is that you want to experience, and then see if they want to meet you where you want to be met. And if they don't, just know that the power lies within you to let them go and let someone else come in that will give you that it is that you need, in order to feel the complete opposite of the feelings that I was just saying. Because when we are with a soulmate, and in the beginning, the initial phase, like we meet someone and the attraction is there, the pheromones are lining up, like everything is lining up, and we find ourselves like in a state of like knowing each other. It feels comfortable. It feels like they're meant to be in your path. And then somewhere along the lines, it can either continue to feel really good, or trials and tribulations are going to start. Those are simply just things that are happening in order to show you where your energy within yourself is sort of leaking. Because the unfortunate thing is, we all come onto this planet, we all come onto Earth with traumas and challenges and different lessons that we want to learn. We come with different lessons that we literally like sign up for, and we decide to experience them on Earth, and we try to kind of like get out of them. Like the point of life is enlightenment and finding your true purpose. So we need to experience everything in order to know what it is that we feels like the best for us. So just know that that is okay too. And if you have the strength to walk away from something that is not fulfilling after you have made requests to be met to where you want to be met, then it's okay to know that the universe is going to bring you somebody else. Just make the space for that. Know that the universe will never leave you hanging. Know that if you let go of one thought, if you let go of attachment to somebody, it will bring you somebody else. Not to attach to, because that's not real love. Real love is unconditional. Real love has no attachment. And we do attach as humans because when we were younger, that is part of our growing up. We do attach to our caregivers. And if we were not securely attached, then we tend to negatively attach to our lovers when we are adults. And that is okay too. And it is totally fixable, and we can rewind the attachments that are like unhealthy. And step number one is just knowing what attachments are and knowing where they came from. It's just as simple as that. Like awareness sometimes is all that we ever need. So when they come in, we're like, oh yeah, I know where this is coming from. I don't need to attach. Because if I attach, sometimes I'm actually doing myself a disservice because I'm not allowing for something else greater and better to come in that I know that I want to experience because this relationship has shown me. And now I know. So why can't I have it? We are the only ones that stand in front of our way because we continuously sometimes think that there's only one person that can fulfill that role. And how many times have I thought that and I was like, how can I find someone greater than this? And then you will be surprised because you will have an experience and then you're going to be like, oh my God, how did I think that it could just be limited to just that? Just allow yourself the opportunity to be gifted to you. Don't hold on to the idea of one person being all and be all for your fulfillment of love in your life. I hope that's making sense. And if there's any questions, please do put in the comment box below, or you can email me at annamorphides@gmail.com, also found in the description box. And the other question that I answered, I'm going to look at my sheet here because I wrote them down after I did the live Q&A, was... Oh, actually, I don't have the right page in front of me over here, which is fine. I wonder if I can remember off the top of my head what else it was. What is a soulmate? Do we have only one? And then I feel like I already answered that there's not just one soulmate. Actually, we don't really know how many soulmates are going to come into our life. We just sort of know by just living, and you'd be surprised how many of them will enter your life as long as you make the space for them to enter. Because if you don't make the space for them to enter by attaching to something that is unhealthy, then you're not going to know. You're not going to know. And you know when you are in a relationship that is fulfilling because you're going to feel safe, you're going to feel secure, you're going to feel seen, you're going to feel heard, you're going to feel complete. It will feel like home. It will feel like sitting on a cloud, if that could even be possible. Actually, I remember when I was a little girl and I was telling my dad how much joy it would give me to be able to sit on a cloud, and he burst my little bubble, and he said to me, Anna, you can't sit on a cloud. It's not solid. And I was like, oh my gosh, you can't sit on a cloud? My whole dream just fell apart in that moment. I can't believe I still remember that. Yeah, but I feel like I am sitting on a cloud now. Sometimes that cloud is heavy, and sometimes that cloud does thunder, that cloud does rain, it does all the other things in between. And I just have to know that this is part of life. Thunder, rain, hail, snow, wind, sometimes crazy wind that throws me off balance. I'm back and forth. I just have to accept and know that this is normal, not judge it, just let it be. And then get back on that cloud of mind and sit on it and relish in the joy of life, because there are joys, but we have to remind ourselves of what the joys are. We literally have to shift through the things that we are grateful for in our mind throughout the day and say it out loud so we can remember the goodness of life and the goodness and the greatness that we are and the opportunities that we have day in and day out. Even though life is so challenging and hard, the little nuggets of joy and happiness, they are there. We just need to shift through our mind and just bring them back up to the surface, and that will change our vibration again to sitting on a fluffy cloud, that feeling. There was actually one other question, and it was in regards to twin flames, because when I was explaining the concept of soulmates and somebody, like a soulmate meaning somebody meeting us at the energetic level that we are at in the current moment, they were asking if it is kind of like a twin flame connection. And I would say yes and no. There is only one twin flame. There's only one other part of your soul song that was separated from you when the Big Bang Theory happened. And it's not very often that you get reincarnated with your twin flame. And when you do, they're not representing where you are in your energetic field in that moment. They actually reflect back to you all that you need to change about yourself in order to feel what you want to feel, but you just don't know how to get there. So you'll meet them and you will yearn for them, and you will want them, and you will cry about them, and you will dream about them, and you will, this is about your twin flame, and you will, actually that can also happen for soulmates as well. But the difference is they're not representing where you are energetically in that moment. They are representing the idea of a relationship, of what is truly yearned for inside. So while you are trying to get to your twin flame, they're going to be a catalyst for you to do your internal work, to heal your wounds, to know your self-worth, to know what boundaries are, to find out what your needs are. So while you're trying to get to your twin flame, which is only one, and they represent the idea of home, you're going to be doing all that work. And while you're doing all that work, there's going to be soulmates along the way that will meet you energetically where you are in that moment. So whether or not you get to your twin flame in the end, because we never know if union is going to take place in this lifetime or not, that's totally not, it's just not in our knowing. We just don't know. All we know is that they're going to be a catalyst for us to do our internal work, because by seeing them or meeting them, we get activated from the inside, and all of a sudden we start to look at our dark shadows that live within us, like the imprints of traumas that have been left in our bodies. All those come up by our activation from our twin flame, because when we look at them, we think, only if I could be with them, I would be so happy. Only if I could be with them, I could finally live happily ever after. But that's not true. Happily ever after lives here. Happily ever after is in here. You are your own happily ever after. You are the one that is in control of your emotions and your feelings and your traumas and your boundaries and your needs. You're the only one that can fix them. Your twin flame is simply just, by meeting them, activating you to get to them, because really them is you. You're their other half. So by wanting to be home with them, you're actually wanting to be home within yourself. This is your catalyst to the greatest gift anyone could ever give you, is becoming whole and complete within your own self. And there's nothing more magical than that. And there's nothing more magical than all the soulmates that will come along your way while you're trying to get to your twin flame. I'm not saying that the soulmate experiences might not be challenging within that journey. They're going to feel all of the things that we mentioned above: fulfilling, not fulfilling, sad. They might feel anxious, challenging. Again, it will go back to perhaps safe, secure. It's going to ebb and flow until you find your balance in who you are. And just remember to have fun while you're on that roller coaster ride, because it will be a roller coaster. Just have fun. Give yourself everything that you need. See your girlfriends, read books, go to the movies, spend time with your family, go to the gym, have a bottle of wine if you need to. Actually, not a bottle, have a glass of wine. Have a glass of wine if you need to. Just do the things that you love in order to be able to fill your cup so you can deal with this challenging journey of getting to your twin flame, if you've been lucky enough to meet them in your life. Even though it feels like not luck, it feels like the worst thing that could ever possibly happen to you, it actually is the most beautiful thing that could ever happen to you as well, because it brings you home to yourself, and you can enjoy all the other soulmate relationships that come along your way while you try to get home to yourself, and take the treasures out of each one that comes your way. And when the heartache comes, just pick yourself up again and just keep trotting. Keep trotting. Love unconditionally. Don't close your heart if your heart feels broken. It happens for a reason. It happens in order for you to see something, and then they need to fall away for something else to come in. And believe me, when you make that space, you're going to be so what's the word even? You're going to be so elated by what comes next. You're going to be so satisfied and so excited by what you are now experiencing that you're going to even say to yourself, I can't believe I was stuck on this idea with this one person. And look what I would have been missing if I didn't. And then if that person is ready to move on because the universe is like, okay, you've learned everything you need to learn from this person. Maybe they're not aligning with your values because you're also changing as you're going through this process. Then let it go again. Just remember that there's going to be something else and something greater to come in. Allow the space for it. I hope all that I just shared makes sense and it is adding value and growth to your journey of finding your true love, which is yourself reflected back from somebody else. And know that you're worth everything that you want to experience. Know that you're worth everything that you dream and imagine of your relationship to be. Just know that it's yours. Please don't give up on the dream of love. Don't close your heart. And when you close your heart, give yourself a little time and then see if you can open it back up a little bit with the people that you feel safe and secure and seen. And go back on that journey, and always know that you have power and you have choice. No one is on a pedestal above you. You are on the pedestal. You are the pedestal. Nobody else. Because the minute you give them that power, then it's almost like we lose the game. Please do reach out. I do love connecting with you. I do love having live sessions with you. I do love my phone sessions with you. I love in any way that you're able to connect with me. I feel blessed and so grateful to be on this journey with all you wonderful souls, and I wish you love and light and joy and gratitude and everything in between, always and forever. Again, if you like my videos on my channel, please do subscribe. It does help me, and it also shows me that I'm going in the right direction and that I am fulfilling my purpose in life. And this is the greatest gift that I will receive from you. And I hope that my knowledge and wisdom that I have been gifted with throughout my own work is of benefit to you. And please do reach out. Like I said before, you'll find all my information down below. Have a blessed rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. And if there's any other topic or questions that you may have, please do put it in the comment box. I would love to see what Spirit has to say about that. Okay, see you next time. Bye.